Let me say something that may shake your hustle loving heart. Hustle does not build wealth. It builds worriness. Hustle gave you followers, late night, anxiety, and burnout. But hustle does not give you legacy. No peace, no generational wealth. And if you are honest, deep down, you know it. So, if hustle is not the path to wealth, then what is it? So thank you for joining me here today. If you are here because you are tired of greed, the guesswork, being busy without a breakthrough, this message is your wake-up call. Today, I want to show you why hustle is a trap and what actually build wealth across your life, your business, and your legacy. I recall back in the days, those moments are rarely shared. There was a time I was working 14 hours a day, juggling multiple clients, trying to scale a business, and posting on social media, just like what all the gurus have already been telling us, that you need to post. Maybe you need to post 4 times a day, 5 days a week, continuous posting, be aggressive and all those things on the social media. And you know how hard hustle is when you don't see no results. So I thought working hard was the secret. So I did, just like the way anybody can actually do, like especially a new startup, a new business owner who trying to make everything, do everything by themselves, trying to receive the call, place the order, talk to customer, do the coaching, do everything. That's what I was doing. And regardless of all those things, I was still broke, very, very broke. I was broke spiritually, emotionally, financially, even mentally, all in the name of hustle. And one night, after another failed launch, I sat in my car and I realized. So I asked myself a very big question. Am I building a business that pays me in exhaustion, not wealth? And that night, everything changed because I don't even need more hustle. Because I get the picture very well. If I keep doing this way, there's no way I'm going to scale. That really means I needed more aligned to who I am truly. That way, I can be able to serve people, because hustle is a tool that is only meant for temporal. Let me be clear. Hustle is not evil. It is just not sustainable, because it will drain you before you even realize. Hustle is great to get you off the ground, because it is a terrible strategy to build long-term wealth. You cannot scale with hustle because there's a lot of things that you will not be able to put together until you limit and you ask yourself, is this hustle is going to create a generational wealth for me? And here is what hustle does. It trains your nervous system to equate success with stress. It keeps you working in your business, never on your legacy. You keep doing the same thing over and over, hoping that everything is going to be changed, or hoping that one day everything will change. And you sabotage all your strengths, all your energy. Every veins in you will be demanding for help. And that is when you know that hustle can never build a legacy. You can't create dreams, wealth, or financial freedom with hustle, because it buys everything from you. It buys your time. It buys your joy. It drains you up. So hustle make you build a job, not a system. And if your income depends on how tired you are not building wealth. You are building a prison. Why hustle can fail you? So let's explore 3 reasons hustle doesn't build wealth. Number 1, hustle is not transferable. When you stop, the money stops. That is not wealth. That is dependency. And you know the meaning of dependency means that you build all your system. You build all your business on you. So let's say, for instance, something happened to you. Maybe you break down, or maybe you have a family emergency. When you are not working in the business, then the business is not generating revenue for you. It's not generating money for you. Then how do you want to take care of the business to the next level? How do you want to hire people? How do you want to delegate tasks in terms of resources to be able to allow you to delegate tasks? Because everything is built upon you. The entire business depends on you, just like one-man business. When things is not working, the business is not running, money is not generating, and everything stands still. It's not transferable. You can scale it. You cannot scale what you cannot systemize and also keep you in that place. Then number 2 is energy expensive. The more you hustle, the more you burn. Eventually, your body, your relationship, or your creativity breaks down because everything cycles around you. And you know what that costs? Even cause damage to your health. Because if your body cannot function at the right way, you will eventually break down. And when you break down, then the business is gone. Then you are gone in the first place. And that is what energy do when also drain everything. So it also lack multiplication. Do not forget that wealth multiplies, also just adds, and often with diminishing return. I know you have already been learned that before, the diminishing return in primary school, that it reduces. You cannot multiply things. You cannot add to it because everything is labeled on only you, on your strengths, on your power. There's no multiplication. There's no delegation. There is no room for advancement. So it's everything, and everything that you do, that is what you get in return. And that is why also keep most business owners on a survival mode, because they cannot do more, because they are just trying to make things work. Because they are just trying to make things work, they did not systemize it. And if you don't systemize stuff, you cannot scale. And if you don't scale, you cannot be able to multiply. And if you don't multiply, you cannot create generational wealth. And that is what us does to business owner. Now, let's talk about what actually build wealth. Let me give you 4 iconic shifts that trigger wealth, that builds wealth instead of survivor, instead of hustle. The number 1 thing that build wealth, you have to shift your identity recognition. Your wealth is buried inside the clarity of who you are. If you don't have clarity about your process, if you don't have clarity about your offer, if you don't have clarity about your system, you won't be able to make way through. So you must be able to shift your identity recognition, because most people try to earn more without becoming more. True wealth begins with identity, knowing who you are and what you are here for and what you are not. So if you can be able to differentiate all those things, then you can tap into your genius by avoiding the noise in the marketplace. Stay focused in making sure that your identity, what you stand for, what your offer stand for, what your system stand for, speak for itself. When you operate from alignment, your value becomes magnetic. You stop chasing and start attracting, because your value, your offer is aligned with who you are. You teach or you create transformation from the in out, not from the outside out, but from the inner out, because everything is aligned with your identity. And you stop chasing clients. Clients start lining up for your offer, and your offer becomes irresistible in the marketplace, because you align who you are with your skills, with what you can create. Like if somebody wake you up, something that you can do effortlessly, because you have a pure clarity around your offer. You have a pure clarity around your process. You have a pure clarity around your system. So your offer becomes magnetic. It becomes something that everybody demands for. So that way, you don't even have to chase clients, and you don't even have to look for people, because people, when you have an offer whereby by the time you disclose it, you unveil the offer, then people are sitting down, lining up, like if they don't do the investments, what's going to cost them? And the people that you're serving, they are saying like, this is what I need. I need this. That means you already solved their problem before they even discover it. It literally means your offer is aligned. It speaks to the right avatar, to the right people, to the right audience. And if your message is not communicating directly to the right audience, then it becomes a problem. So when the value becomes magnetic, the entire process becomes super easy. Then you have to package your transformation, not the time. Like a lot of people have skills, but they lack how to package it. And instead of that, they are trading time for transformation. And one thing you have to know, that people don't pay for the time. People pay for the results. People pay pay on how quick you can get them resolved in terms of speed. People pay for the value in the transformation, or people pay for the value in the offer, not the offer itself. And when your offer is irresistible, you stop charging for effort and start pricing for outcome, because you weigh the offer. You know if they can take the offer and this offer can times X, 10x of what they pay you, then become irresistible. That time you don't charge for the hour you put in the offer. You charge based on the result the offer is giving the intended audience or the buyer or the consumer. So you need to ask yourself question: what result can you guarantee, or how can you package your offer so that it runs without you? How can you package your offer? How can you package the transformation? Let's just take for a instance, you have an offer, and one of your offer might be, maybe you are in the relationship space and you've met a couple who have children, are going through a divorce. So you approach them, or they approach you, and you have this thing called an offer that can literally help them safeguard their marriage. Probably what you need to discuss with them, or what they need to go through in getting this transformation, probably it takes them less than 2-3 months, or maybe a month, or even a week, or a couple of weeks. You are not going to be looking at the time that's going to take them to consume the information. Either you need to have a session with them to go through what is going on and diagnose and find a common ground, a solution to stop the divorce. And you look at the time frame, like this is what I can cover within a week, and we are going to get the solution. Now you are pricing them based on the solution, based on the time. You just miss it. But instead, you price them based on the results. Like if they don't take the transformation, what are the things that is going to affect them? Let's say they have a bank account together, they have a business together, they have children together, they have investment together, right? Different type of investment, including structure. What is going to cause them if they go separate ways? Probably it might cost them maybe fortunes, maybe $250,000, maybe $500,000. But what of if they can literally pay you 50 grand to put a stop to the divorce, but you are charging per hour, and you are saying, oh, guys, just pay me like $2,000-$3,000. Even they won't even trust you. They don't even believe that your process can work, because you're charging based on the hour, not the transformation. And when you price the transformation is priceless. It doesn't even have a tags on it. You just make like, okay, this is what the transformation, because a piece of information is priceless. It's priceless, and that is what they're lacking. So you want to examine your offer, like what results is it giving the consumer? Then the next thing you want to do is you want to build a system, not stress. A system is also that is being automated. A system is also that is not automated because it's what you do, but you systemize it. Why do you systemize it? Because when you are not there, you want it to function on autopilot so that you can be able to buy back your time. You can be able to buy back, your freedom from the business. Because when you automate, when you systemize, and also you automatically release yourself, buy back your time, then you can be able to enjoy those great things that you love to do, like spending time with family, spending time with the loved ones. A system can help you do that. Also, cannot. You systemize it also, because systems give you the margin. They help you generate income, deliver value, and nurture relationship without you being there consistently, or without your constant presence. Because you systemize it, you put everything on autopilot. What do they mean by systemizing? Maybe you have an agency, then you delegate tasks, you hire experts, you put system together, automation, funnels, things that work without needing other person to do, without needing you, the person, to do. You create job for other people. You create employment for other people while you buy yourself time and you share the pieces of the return. It's called system. So there's so many ways you can systemize a process. Also, they'll be able to give you the leeway, the freedom, the good thing that you have been looking for. But until you do that, you're still going to be under the survival mode. And that cannot be able to create any wealth, any generational wealth that you might be looking for. So think about automation or system like a lead generation system, a delivery system, a nurture system, a client ascension system. All these are part of process. All they are part of system. When we talk about lead generation system, how did people land in your space? How did people land in your world? What are the pieces of information that you give people in order for you to trade their information and be able to assign them another information or to get them ready to be more familiar with you? What is that thing that you are giving them? It's lead generation. Then how do you deliver the lead generation? How do you deliver those processes? You have to put automation together. Then how do you nurture it? How do you warm a lead? How do you nurture a lead? How do you convert a lead to a client? It's about system. But when you put all the system, it reduces the headache from you. Then how do you assign the system? Your clients. Meaning, how do you keep them to be on a retainer on your world? You have to put a system together. Probably you might have maybe a continuous services or service that they opt in either for months subscriptions or for yearly subscription, making sure that they are still getting a mentorship or a resources or a product or a services or or any coaching program that keeps them to exchange their debit card for your knowledge. It's client ascension. And these are the 4 great keys that any business owner can do in order to change their. You must have a good lead generation system. You must have a delivery system. You must have a nurture system. Then you must have, there's another one, core analytic program. You must have a core product offer in front of lead that tells them about who you are, what you do, and how you serve people. So I'll show you one of our core product offer that we offer people, and we turn it to like a lead as well. And one of our core product offer, because it's part of your lead chain, is this, the wealth icon model. Okay, this teaches you like everything that I teach, that I use to help my client is inside this. And anyone can just get this and learn instead of them paying me thousands of dollars. They can literally use this, and this book serve as a lead gen. Is our core products. So what I want to say, you need to systemize your hustle. When you systemize your hustle, you don't walk, you don't break down in the business. Why? You nurture the business and you buy back your time and it gives you more freedom and you create more wealth. That is the number one reason why you have a business, is to buy back your time. Not to be in the business every time, but to buy back some of your time. That's just the number one reason. Focus on multiplication, not addition. Real wealth scales without more of you. Licensing your frameworks, building groups, coaching instead of one-on-one. When you want to scale, you have to be able to look at what can you do, because you cannot create wealth without scaling, and wealth attracts scaling. You can license your framework. You can build a coaching group instead of one-on-one, because the time that you are going to spend in talking to one person, you can spend that same time talking to 2, 3, 4 people. And we call that framework say one to many, but there's a way it's being done. So if I need to spend 30 minutes of my time with you or 1 hour of my time with you, why can't I create a group stuff, a group coaching, and talk to the same set of people at one time? What about that? I think that is more better. Why it's more better is that you make, if 2, 3 people purchase a sales, or 2, 3 people get that information and make use of it, instead of you to leverage another 3 hours to talk to each one of them, you just condense your time and you talk to one people. So that's the power of coaching group. Now, let's say you have a framework and you license it. You already have a process, but in order for you to continue getting a revenue on it, just think about all the subscriptions that you have been consuming, either for business, personal life, or call it whatever thing. It's a licensing. They license their system for us to make use of. And one of the best company is Apple, because like a lot of people like Apple. Even me, I use Apple Watch. I use Apple products. Okay. So Apple products, now their storage, we pay for it. So they create that stuff called storage, where everybody store their pictures. Not everybody, but people who use it store their picture, their videos, and their documents And who pay? We pay, but they create it. They license it for us every month. We have to pay for the storage. Same thing. So that's just on a minimum. But now check on your phone or check your life. How many of these things have you been paid for? Have you been paying for? It's a lot. Very a lot. So why can't you do the same? Don't say I tell you, but I'm just asking you. Creating intellectual property. Partnering instead of doing it all. When you create intellectual property and you partner, because there's in a business, there's some that you can be able to do. You cannot be able to do all. And that's why we call partnering and delegation. You have to hire other team. You have to bring people on board. That way, you don't burn out. You have to do some certain things. That way, you can be able to buy your time back. You need to partner. That way, you can be able to share knowledge. You can be able to grow the business. And you can be able to scale. So multiplication is not about doing more. It is about doing what only you can do and delegate or automate the rest. You can't do all, my brother, all my friends. You can only do what you are knowledgeable and what you are capable of doing, because you just have to outsource everything out. The rest. And why you delegate? You delegate in order to provide more speed, more transformation, more results. And if you say only you want to figure everything out, you're going to burn out. You're going to go back to the struggle. And that way is very costly because you can't do it all. So let's even go a little bit deeper. Because of this, it's not just about business that we do all this also of a thing. What about in your health? You stop hustling for your body without a sleep, but instead you start nurturing. You start nurturing it with rest. You don't want to kill your body without sleepless nights. Your body will break down. You have to give adequate sleeps. You have to nurture your body with good nutrition, with new diets. You have to make sure that you listen to some new rhymes, something that keep you energetic, right? You have to give the health what belongs to the health. That way you can be able to be fit and carry on the assignment that you have been destined to do. Because if you don't do that, your body will break down. What about in your relationship? You will stop hustling to impress and start building intimacy that multiply peace. So in your home, in your relationship, you want to do everything to build intimacy, to create that connection between you and your spouse, between you and your children, between you and your family. You want to create a peaceful atmosphere, not struggling, not fighting, not hustling, because if you do, it's just like you start a fight that you cannot finish. You break down. So if you're running a business and you did not delegate all these things, you did not do all these things, it's going to affect your relationship as well, because you'll be far away from home peace. You won't be able to, because the job, the business, already take everything, every time of yours. And that is very costly. And I believe you don't want to do it, because why are we working? It's to have a good relationship. It's to have a good family home. It's to enjoy all those good quality things that So if we cannot be able to enjoy those things, then why do we go into business in the first place? Because with business, we can get all these things. As we get all those things in business, and that's what make a business. What about in your mind? You stop chasing validation and start anchoring your worth in identity. You must start anchoring your worth in identity. You stop chasing people to endorse every single thing that you do. You have to be the owner of your own identity, not running under other person's identity, right? You bring in your own genius in the marketplace, not tapping into other person's skills. Because you already destined, everybody have a genuine skills, but how are we using it? You don't stop market to validate your process. You go through your process and you validate it by yourself, making sure that this comes from only you and you alone. You tap into your genius and use your genius to serve your assignments, and that give you this peace of mind instead of chasing the validation in the social media or in the online market or in the marketplace. So my conclusion is that I just want to leave this with you. Also build moments, system build wealth. So when you also, you can't get to where you are going to. But when you build system, you can easily build that wealth and create a generational impact, because the system gives you that freedom to do all those things. And if you want to move from burnout to iconic, from effort to elegance, from busyness to brilliance, then it is time to retire also and embrace wealth with alignment. And if this message speaks to your soul, here is my take-home question for you. What is one hustle habit that you are ready to release this week? You can answer that questions, and after then, you can answer that question. But I want you to join me in the iconic builder cycle or in my masterclass. Inside, I will show you how to package your genius, build premium system, and design a business that sets you free, not one that drains you. So I want you to subscribe if you have done and ready to build iconic wealth. Because your genius deserves more than greed. It deserves wealth with peace, and we can help you build it. Until next time, stay iconic, stay aligned, and remember, wealth is not a hustle. It is a system. Stay blessed by the best. Peace.